Alright, who remembers this board from a recent failed build? We gotta do something with it, because as it turns out I can't actually return it, because there was a no return policy on this that I was not made aware of, which really ticked me off. So I had to go find a CPU. Now, I wasn't going to break the bank with a CPU, so I found a cheap one. And probably get exactly what I deserve when I find that this won't work either. However, I want to get into something that really kind of also irks me. And that is, what constitutes refurbished? Because yes, I bought a refurbished CPU because it was that much cheaper. Okay, here's what we actually got. An AMD A10 9700 Bristol Ridge quad-core blah blah blah. Nobody cares about the rest of that crap. This is what it is. Okay? It's an A10 9700 APU, which is supported by that motherboard directly. It should be supported by one of the earlier BIOS releases, and we could verify that, in fact. Okay, A10 9700. Validated since PCB all. Since BIOS 0217. So it's very, very, very likely that that motherboard that I have sitting over there will support this out of the box. Should have no problems. Okay, alright. Take a look at that picture. Alright? So, I don't care about the Chinese characters. At least I'm assuming that's Chinese. Could be something else. I don't know. One of those kinds of languages. Sounds very rude when you put it that way, but one of the languages that uses glyphs like that. I don't know if it's Japanese, or if it's Chinese, or if it's Taiwanese, or something similar. It's not Korean. Korean doesn't look like that, but there you go. So, it's in a foreign language. Okay, fair enough, whatever. I don't mind that, because you're letting me know that before I buy it. Normally I wouldn't buy something like that, but again, look at the price. For $80, I don't really care. It's a package. A CPU is a CPU. So, this is what it looks like in the picture. Alright? Now, let's see. There's no real information provided. We go to specs. Again, there's no real information provided. Other than the TDP. You know, the usual tech specs. We go down here, we can see for new, it's double the price, effectively. Okay, I was trying to see if I could find it. I can't find it. I read somewhere that there was no included thermal solution with the CPU, which is odd for an APU, but whatever. So, okay, that's all well and good. Remember, again, keep in mind, this is what the picture looks like. So what did we get? This is what we have. Well, the box looks a little beat up, but, you know, I could accept that that's probably shipping. Don't think that was shipping damage. It's a nice couple little smudges on the CPU. That's neat. I don't know. Oh, look, thermal solution. Now, I was pretty sure that this didn't include a thermal solution. Again, since I can't prove that, I guess maybe we'll just take it at face value. But still, that's not what it looked like in the listing. And I could accept maybe a little bit of tape and maybe some dings as part of shipping damage, but this box has been destroyed. Not filling me with confidence. Okay, well at least there's thermal paste on the thermal solution. So that's nice. And it looks like it was professionally done. I'm still not really particularly enamored with the way that CPU looks. I don't know if it's genuine or not. But there's one thing that we can do. I don't know if it'll yield any valid results, but I have this barcode wand here that I bought for no other reason than we had them at work, and I was just so floored by how great it was that I felt like buying one for myself. There's a little data matrix on this. Let's see if this reader can read it. Oh, it can. And it looks like it actually went somewhere valid, maybe. It's fine, try it again. Yeah, it looks pretty valid to me. So that's cool. Maybe it is genuine. But I guess we ought to try it and see if it works. Okay, having a look at the underside and all those fragile pins, it looks very unclean. I hope none of the pins are bent, because there's no way I'm going to fix that. So we'll try and get this into the socket. And we'll try it live on video. Well, it fits in there. Again, there's thermal paste all over the edge of that, which I probably just got all over my pants. My light came on because it's, what, 5 o'clock now? Yeah, it's 5 o'clock, so we have light now. It went in, so obviously either pins are missing or nothing's wrong. I'm going to put the thermal solution on and try powering this thing up. We'll see what happens. Okay, well that heatsink feels rather concerningly cheap, so I am starting to wonder if that actually is a genuine AMD thermal solution or if it's just a generic knockoff. Probably just a generic knockoff. I forgot to plug in a keyboard. Okay, there's no hiding from it now. Hit the power. We get a bunch of lights. Do we get camera in action? Alright. There's camera. I didn't plug in my case speaker. Oh, we do. Hey, it posts. Please enter setup to recover BIOS settings. F1. Don't mind if I do. Holy crap, look at this BIOS. Yeah, it's a little bit out of date. So, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to set this up to my liking. And then I'm going to get the old system out, which, funny enough, actually died today. For whatever reason, the CPU fan is reading 0 RPM. I don't know if the fan actually failed, or if there's something in the fan, or if the sensor failed. So, I guess we'll find out when I go pull it out. But I'm hopeful that this new hardware is old enough that it's going to run Windows 10 or Windows 8.1 without issue. Okay, so this is the case that it's going to go in. Which right now has got one of these DQ67 SWB3 boards, which I think has got an i7-2600. Pretty sure that's an i7-2600. I got a bunch of these boards that are now laying around that are basically have no use to me now, because I've got all this new stuff. It's no upgrade to anything that I've got in service, so I'm going to just pull it out of here and set it aside, and put all the new hardware into this. Okay, here it is emptied. This is an 80 plus certified power supply, which I was mildly surprised to see, in a good way. That is pretty nice. Okay, here it is. Cover's on. Probably a bad idea, because that basically guarantees that something won't work. But we'll run it like this anyway. And we'll see what happens. I would like to have what I need, please. And thank you. Okay, we're on. Let's see if it'll boot. Posts. See if Windows will actually start. No. I don't think I will do that. Hopefully it doesn't get stuck in that and make me go through and make a bunch of settings changes. Of course not. Why would it work, right? Why would it work? This is craziness. Oh, What happened? What did it do? Just rebooted. I guess that's what it did. So we're gonna go in until it works. Take 2. SATA cable came unplugged. Well, SATA power came unplugged from the SSD for some reason. Work, dang it. Okay, well, that's a little more promising. Is there any disk activity at all? Well, the hard drive light is on, so I'm guessing that it is probably working. That doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going to work out of the box. But we're at least close. Hello. Wouldn't it just be oh so nice if this just worked out of the box? Unsupported hardware. Okay, well I'm going to have to run the WUFUC utility. Obviously. So, let's deal with this. Okay, so I haven't done any of the personalization setup, even though this copy of Windows is broken apparently. I was still able to get everything working. Yeah, I don't care about you. I did go ahead and install the utility to prevent that from happening. Okay, well that's problematic. Oh, that wasn't what I really wanted to do, was it? So, a couple of last minute things I'm going to need to do, and then I can put this thing in the rack where it belongs. Okay, there it is. Now, this camera is about to run out of battery, so this may not go so well. If the video ends abruptly, you know why. Should be on. Here we go. Asus in search of incredible. Here comes Windows. Here it comes. There is one thing I will need to fix, unfortunately. And it's that. I forgot about it.